All right,
Alright,
and
we're back.
yeah, so Keenan and Tim were our last quarterfinal match,
Yep.
so we're ready to go already for our semifinals.
Yeah, we are set here, and we're watching Kyle Veronda on this red-green Ponza deck against Sam Black on Lantern Control.
Who's favored in this
I
matchup?
think the Ponza deck is favored.
Okay. What makes you feel that way?
I watched the Modern Super League last week, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I watched, I believe it was BBD versus Eric Froelich.
Yep.
And BBD was the Lantern player.
Yep.
Also, if not equally as skilled, probably pretty close to Sam on Lantern Control. Very proficient. And then Eric Froelich was on red-green Ponza, and basically it's just like you just got stone rained out of the game until Brian couldn't cast cards to make Ensnaring Bridge a non-card.
Right. And the big card in the Ponza deck is Tireless Tracker. Pithing Needle cannot name Clue because it actually needs to name a card, and Clue is a token. It's not technically a card. So Kyle can just land Tracker, kind of sit there, generate a bunch of clues, and it's a lot easier for him to fight over the mill effects because he has all these clues.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and Sam probably knows that. Grafdigger's Cage. Oh, boy.
Yep.
All right. Take your best card.
So this
it's
is
tough.
interesting because he has 2 trackers.
Does Sam have Surgicals in his main deck?
Sam has 0 copies of Surgical in his main deck.
Okay. All right.
This is going to be a tough one. Do you want your land? He has a bridge in his hand.
Yeah, it's tough.
Which he can cast. All right, so he's taking the Stone Rain. That means he can land bridge next turn. Blood Moon. Blood Moon's going to shut off War of Invention.
Yeah, it's tough. Boy. Yeah, the Ponza deck looked really good against against Lancer when I watched it last.
It does seem tough.
All right. Sam. Bridge. Go. All right, Kyle going to read Ensnaring Bridge here.
We saw Arbor Elves do a lot of work in the Super League as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be very good here, though.
Doesn't look like it's going to be great.
Sam is already out of cards.
Yep. So that's great for him here. All right.
Sam trying to decide.
To shuffle this Blood Moon? Is that what he's trying to figure out here?
I think that's what he's trying to decide.
This is tough.
This is a really tough call. Not having access to any blue mana really hurts.
Sam has 2 islands, is that it?
Sam
2 islands, yep.
2 islands, yep.
So Sam's not like stone cold dead. He's like, all right, fine. You want to jam it? Go for it. These Tireless Trackers are going to be hard to beat, though. Sam have...
Knowing that Sam's drawing the Botanical Sanctum, I don't like Blood Mooning this turn.
No, I like just putting my tracker in play and calling it a day.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, this is pretty good. So the Tireless Trackers is going to go nuts. And Sam only has the 1 Abrupt Decay, 1 Pirate Spellbomb, and he has to Spellbomb immediately.
Right, so it's really just this 1 Abrupt Decay. It's just not good.
Yeah, I definitely don't like Sam's position at this point.
So how many turns do you think before Sam concedes?
I guess it depends what Kyle does here. Okay. Probably a few more than he would have.
Yeah, probably.
Sam's probably dead at this point. So basically what's going to happen here is Kyle's going to play this Tireless Tracker, and then he's going to draw tons of cards until he draws some of his land destruction.
Yep.
Well, Sam's not going to be able to play spells anymore. He's going to draw too many cards, not be able to cast them, and this Ensnaring Bridge is going to just... He's going to have too many cards where Ensnaring Bridge is no longer a card.
Now, Sam has 5 mana, and there are... Let's see, we have only 8. Now, keep in mind the Red-Green Ponza deck at the Super League had Acid Moss in it.
Okay.
This deck only has 8 copies of Land Destruction. So Sam could actually set up so that he hits a ton of land drops.
That's true.
And, potentially not off enough lands.
What is Sam looking for at this point? A Shredder?
Yeah, probably a Shredder.
That's the best card?
Yes. How do you feel about Ponza's ability to deal with Ensnaring Bridge? Do you think that's possible at all? Does he have anything in the deck?
Nothing in the main, it doesn't look like here. No, absolutely nothing in the main deck.
And players didn't have access to deck lists, so Sam playing this out could be, I'll just hit my land drops, I won't have spells in my hand, and
All right.
he does have this Mox Opal.
Sam needs islands. He basically needs islands. This Abrupt Decay is real good against this Blood Moon, by the way. So if he hits another Mox, that turns on.
Yep.
That could turn that on. So he has Moxes. He has islands. I don't think he has any other basics in his deck. No other basics. So Sam's certainly not dead by any stretch. Although this tough Arbor Elf gets to attack soon.
So we're seeing a little bit of a rewind here. What happened is that Kyle played a land, fetched, but didn't reveal.
Okay.
And so now we have to rewind and reshuffle the library so that because Sam should have had access to that information.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a warning here on Kyle's side. And we're going to put Arbor Elf back on top since that was...
Yeah, Sam wants to cut. Yep.
Yeah. And that's completely Sam's right.
It is his, yeah, it is his right to cut the deck. You go ahead and shuffle up. You put him back, put the Arbor Elf back on top, and then Sam's going to have a choice here. Sam knows this. I wonder if Sam just shuffles this away here. He has 2 lanterns.
He might. Decay is certainly a card he probably wants so he can get the Blood Moon off the field, though. He's really just kind of hoping that there's a Mox Opal.
Yeah, I think the problem is this card is going to just make these Arbor Elves attack. Not that that's like really a thing, but there's going to be 2, and he's dead. I know 8 turns seems like a lot.
It's really not a lot, though. You're right.
But it's not, you know, and he needs to find ways to do things. So Sam's going to go down to 16.
Another interesting choice is, not popping the clues. One thing you could do is generate a ton of mana.
He's Inquisitioning himself. Very smart from Sam.
I like it.
Okay.
And he has a Stirrings next turn.
He has a Stirrings next turn, yeah. Sam's actually in a pretty decent spot at this point. Basically because Kyle just doesn't have land destruction, and this has to get shuffled, right?
I
guess he doesn't care at this point. He has a ton of lands.
Sam has 5 mana sources, which is more than enough. Sam's probably going to shuffle his own deck when Whir is on top.
Sam's already played. Kyle's already played 1 Molten Ray in this game, right? I think I see one in the graveyard. So he's down to 3 left and 4 Stone Rains.
I think he's played 2 Stone Rains and there's 4 Molten Rains.
Okay.
Left. Yeah.
What are we doing here? Playing another Blood Man?
Looks like
the Scavenging Goose. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, here's this. Thoughtseize. That's not very good.
Sam looking for a Shredder here. Whatever he gets is going to be colorless. He'll be able to play.
Another bridge. It was a Pixis.
Pixis is good.
All right.
I actually think Sam is looking
ahead.
Pretty good. So here's what I was saying is that if ever there's a Whir on Sam's deck, I think he's going to shuffle with Lantern.
Okay.
Any other spell.
He's just going to go ahead and let Kyle draw all these things that aren't land destruction, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Sam's in a pretty good spot.
And I think he can even afford like 1 more land destruction spell.
Okay. Sam looks like he's just going to play this. Inquisition.
Which he can cast.
Yeah. The Mox Opal's really pulling its weight here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I just don't know that you care about these tireless trackers anymore, do you?
Probably not.
It doesn't work like that. Yep. Sam's going to help Kyle out. And Kyle's at 15 now. I think he just shocked. Oh, he's got a Blood Moon. Excuse me. 17 to 16. Sam going to draw an extra card. It's going to be this. Yep. Another Lantern.
A little fortunate there. He had an opportunity to draw, a card like a Whir.
Yep.
I guess he still had the opportunity to Lantern it away.
Yeah. Look at your cards. I think the tracker's got to go, right?
Tracker,
who cares? Yeah. Who cares about the rest, I'm
also surprised Kyle never played the second tracker.
I'm also a little shocked. So
this game doesn't look. I actually don't think it's very close right now. I think
Sam's way ahead.
Sam's way ahead.
I agree. Totally agree with you here.
Kyle has no way to answer this bridge.
And nobody cares about these Utopia Sprawls or these, And Sam's, Kyle's missing land drops now, too.
Yeah, and Kyle will, the second tracker here.
He's supposed to Pixis here?
Will allow him to get through his deck.
I like Sam shuffling himself out here. Oh, he's going to Pixis. Sorry, Sam grabbed the wrong thing. Going to Pixis. So these are exiled. I like Sam just grabbed the card off his deck and put it there. That's nice. Another bridge.
Which you can
How are we
cast.
beating a second bridge?
It's exactly what you said, the land destruction. So what needs to happen is Kyle needs to get enough tireless trackers on the field, which two I think would be enough. Draw multiple cards a turn.
Does he have another tireless tracker in hand?
He drew and casted a second one.
Doesn't he have one in his hand here?
Nope.
Oh, that's a scavenging goose, excuse me. All right.
So now he wants to hit every single Molten Rain in his deck.
Yep.
He can.
There's one. What is Sam? Sam doesn't want these, does he? He just wants more mill rocks. There are no answers to the bridge in the main deck here currently. Nope, 0.
Nope. The only way he's getting through this bridge is making making Sam have at least one card in his hand.
Yeah, Sam needs some mill rocks ASAP.
So that was actually, I don't know if you caught that, but there was a Molten Rain on top of Kyle's deck.
Yep.
And there was a Whir on top of Sam's deck. Perfect time to use Pixis.
Pretty good.
Kyle, I think, should have drawn a card in returns.
Yeah.
In response.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the allures to playing this Lantern deck is a lot of people just don't play very well against you because they don't know how the deck works necessarily.
Yep.
Or maybe Kyle's not familiar with this matchup in the sense that he needs to know how to play it kind of like in retrospect to the match I was speaking about with in the Super League.
Yeah.
Where your game plan is to Molten Rain Sam out of the game
until
these bridges become non-cards. So it might be hard. He might just not know how to get there essentially. So I think we're just jamming this down, right?
Yep, I would assume.
Unless Sam says, "All right, I can take 3 here."
Yeah,
yep.
It's a little bit of a decision, but
Sam just puts it in the discard pile.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'll keep the other.
Oh man,
Bloodbraid.
Bloodbraid's a good one because it could hit a Ponza or a land destruction card.
Yep, it does.
I don't think that really matters at this point, though.
I agree. I think if
Sam has too many lands,
continues to hit lands, it's
boom.
Eventually needs to find a shredder, though.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. And Sam's now up to 2 islands.
And if Sam does find even 2 copies of Shredder, this game is going to be very difficult for Kyle to...
Yeah, he's going to be in some trouble. Boy, this is... All right, start drawing some cards. Sam's just going to let him have this one. He doesn't care. Sure. You can have that. Sure. Kyle going to have to discard here. 2 clues. I think Kyle has to discard here. I don't... Sam really needs a mill rock. What is this going to cascade into? Sam doesn't even care. Okay.
All right.
Bingo.
You got one of my 6 lands.
Yeah, what are you Molten Raining here?
I love that Sam looks, in a way, bored. He's like, I've been through this a million times.
He's very bored.
I'm going to win. I'm just waiting for you to realize it.
I like it. So I believe Sam's down to 14, if I remember correctly. His life totals have changed very minimally this game. All right, go ahead.
Pixis, both of us.
Sam is thoroughly thrilled to play this match. I love it.
He is just going through the
absolutely thrilled. Here we go. That's what you needed.
Perfect.
So now it's kind of interesting cat and mouse game. Because there are a couple clues. There's the one. Draw this Bloodbraid off. Boy, these are going to be the world's largest trackers.
Yeah.
And it's just not going to matter.
Yep. Just want to double check here. So looking at the list, and yeah.
There's nothing.
There's no way to remove.
I've looked about 36 times so far here. There's a lightning bolt. That could do it. 4 lightning bolts. That's what we need.
Okay. But Sam's at 14.
Yeah, man. We just got to hope. You got to believe.
4 times 3 does not equal 14.
Is that how the math works? No. The math checks out that way?
I guess Molten Rain hits for 2.
Yeah, man.
So that's a possibility as well.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean,
Sam's
it's a small possibility.
Sam's gonna find this this Witchbane orb and just be like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Now your game's completely locked.
Well, and the Shredder coming down is pretty huge.
Yep. So Sam gonna go to what, 11 here, I believe. Ugh.
Mountain.
Props to Sam for still using the dice for us. I know he's having a great time over there. It looks awesome.
Yep.
All right. Whose deck is he going to look at? Let's see.
So Sam doing this in the end step before cleanup.
Yep.
Ooh, whir. Okay, so in response to the draw, he does not want to draw whir.
No. So that's 2 whirs down for Sam. What do you got? 2 left or 1 left?
2.
Okay, so he's almost home clear. Pithing Needle, what is that going to do? Ooh, there's another shredder. All right, we're almost to the point where the game's over. I mean, we've been there for a while.
Yeah,
but
I think the second shredder is the writing on the wall when it resolves.
I think so, man. I don't know if Kyle thinks that Clue can be named here, but he's drawing in response to this this Pithing Needle. Oh, he got a Molten Rain. Is that 2 Molten Rains back to back?
One was a Stone Rain, I think.
Stone Rain and a Molten Rain?
Yeah.
He's going to be out of these rain effects, though, here soon, right? Like,
ooh. Well, he's starting to hit all his burn.
I don't know. I mean, this is not... Yeah, I was going to say, this is not happening, right?
Yep. And Kyle's out of clues. So he can't draw.
You have any lands left? No. I think he has a basic forest in hand. I'm 90% sure there's a basic forest. This is the last card in his hand. All right, Sam says go. Utopia Sprawl. Storm Dragon. All these cards just don't matter. Yep. It's so funny that all these cards just don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, they're powerful, but not in...
There's the land. So 2 clues. This Lantern deck, it really generates some hilarious games.
Molten and Glimmer Void. Take
Sam's
2
going to go down to 9? I don't know how many land destruction spells we're through, but it's got to be pretty significant at this point. I should have started tallying them up as we were going.
There's another one.
Yeah, another one. Is Sam at 9 here?
Sam is at 9, yeah.
Okay. How many cards? Okay. Sam's got another shredder. All right, here we go. Go. Yeah, Sam's in the driver's seat still. He was originally, but now we're even more firmly in the driver's seat here. So
now I feel like he's very protected.
Yep, Sam's at a 9. Stormbreath Dragon you can have. I just don't think you care about these wooded foothills either. I know it's two draws, but I think it's fine. I think Sam's just worried about getting burned out of the game at this point.
So how big is this tracker? We've got 13 counters
on it
plus the 3.
Is that it?
16.
Have I ever seen a count? Have I ever seen a tracker with 2 dice on it? Is my question to myself.
Oh, I have.
Have you?
Standard, yeah.
How bad did you die?
Pretty sure I won that game.
Attaboy.
I'm pretty sure it was my Tyler's tracker.
All right. All right. I don't think I've ever seen Ponza discard the hand size.
So, interestingly, Stormbreath Dragon can get 1 point of damage if it wants.
Wow. We are really stretching here, Brad.
Yeah, I agree.
It's too bad the card can't monstrous over and over again.
Right, yeah. It actually can, it just doesn't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can pay the cost more than that.
Sweet. Well, that card does nothing. But
Shredder number 3.
Yeah, we're about to get into...
This one's over, folks.
I think Sam doesn't start shredding himself probably and try and find this this Witchbane Orb.
I can see that.
He needs to fade. Well, he doesn't even need to fade because does he have a... No, he only has 4 lands. Well, he has 3 lands and that Opal is hiding out.
Inferno Titan. Inferno Titan when it ETBs, I believe.
3.
It does 3?
It's a lightning bolt,
so
yeah.
definitely...
You can't let him have
that.
that. You can't let him have that.
I agree.
There's only a couple of Inferno Titan. One.
Just
single.
Yep.
Right. Right.
Sam's like, sweet, another land. I want it.
I think Sam's going to start milling these lands, honestly. I think Witchbane Orb is the one card that he needs.
I think
if he's going to
got 3 Treaders and 3 Lanterns, and there's no way that Kyle is drawing enough burn spell.
I mean, you're right.
I think.
I mean, you're right.
I think it's over.
I just trying to find a way here. So there's another Molten Rain. Is that what that is? I can't tell anymore. I'm just...
So I wonder what you can show up with in Ponza to, like, beat Lantern in game 1.
Ancient Grudge. I don't know.
I guess you just hope they don't, like,
that down to 6.
That your land destruction plan works.
What does he have, like 10 cards left? Sam's going to count. Bird of Paradise. Nice one. Really good. So you can show up with... does he have that card? What's the land that gives it gives your guys plus X plus O?
Kessig
Wolfrun.
That's an interesting one.
Kessig Wolfrun with
Plus Birds of
Paradise. That's about it.
Yep, I like that idea. I could get behind that.
I mean, it's not great, but it's just a card that kind of helps you out.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam's never gonna let him have it, but you could get it early. There's another lightning bolt.
Sam is...
I'm very surprised here.
Okay, so Sam heads up play here. He's not going for the mill on the bolt. He wants to make sure he has enough shredders to fight over these clues.
Yep. Man, this is an interesting one here. We're in a battle.
All right.
So now there's 2 draws coming.
Yes. One problem I also often see is that...
So reveal this, and then you draw a card.
Yep.
And you reveal and you draw another card.
Which is a Molten Rain.
And you're drawing this. Yeah. So now the Pixis happens. Yep.
Oh, right. Yep.
And then we're drawing a card. Yeah. Okay.
Still a mill, right?
Nope, that was good.
Oh,
he put
the
3.
Pixis.
Yep, the Pixis. Yep.
Yeah. But there was a draw 2, right?
He drew 2 cards.
Okay. Yeah, resolving that stack
It's
is
interesting.
often really confusing for both players.
Yeah, if you play a lot of Magic Online, as awful as that might sound, you get really familiar with the stack. And I think Sam won that game?
So I think Kyle realized I don't have enough burn left in my deck. He's now milled me out of all of the burn, so I need to concede.
All right. Sam, you get the check mark. All right, so let's hop on back to you and I here. We'll bring up the sideboards for both these guys here. So Sam Black we watched earlier, and the players do have access to deck lists here. So we're going to see here. Sam Black has 2 Tezzeret Agent of Bolus, 2 Crumble of Dust, 1 Liliana of the Veil, 1 Abrupt Decay, 1 Maelstrom Pulse, 2 Welding Jars, 2 Leyline of Sanctity, 1 Search for Azcanta, 1 Pyroclasm, 1 Surgical Extraction, and 1 Pithing Needle. What do you like here?
I like Welding Jar. We're expecting Ancient Grudge to come in.
Yeah, in a matchup where you expect Ancient Grudge, that's probably just the stones.
Is this a Tezzeret matchup?
Wow, that's a good question.
I feel like it's not.
I don't know.
Surgical's also interesting. You know that one of their best plans against you is the land destruction. If you can take out a set of them, that might be good. I don't know.
Do you need Abrupt Decay and Maelstrom Pulse to kind of deal with the trackers? Do you need those cards? Are you ever casting those cards?
I'm not sure the body on tracker is what you're scared of.
Yeah, I think so. Well, the tireless tracker just kind of gets out of control when you start drawing so many cards, and I think you have to try to shut that down as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's tough.
So
Liliana of the Veil is an interesting one, too.
I don't think Liliana is good enough. I could see the Tezzeret being good, but the Welding Jar is almost certainly... The Abrupt Decay and Maelstrom Pulse are close, so...
Tezzeret's not... Tezeret's a win condition because of its ultimate.
Right.
It's never attacking with a 5/5 here.
Right. What about on Kyle's side? What do you think?
Kyle's got 3 Finks, 1 Choke, 3 Relic, 2 Back to Nature.
Whoa.
Back to Nature did not want to lose to Boggles.
Yeah.
3 Ancient Grudge definitely coming in, 2 Anger of the Gods, and a Thrun. So I think here it's just the 3 Ancient Grudge.
Yeah, so it's kind of... It's pretty close. Yeah, so I don't know.
You're looking at Back to Nature to see if it blew up artifacts as well?
I was trying to see... I don't know if you want that. I was trying to see if it hit an artifact as well. I wasn't remember if that one was... what's the other one called? Naturalize is still a card I'm looking for. So...
yeah, I think it's just the 3 Ancient Grudge, which is not, 3 sideboard cards for the matchup. I don't know if that's good enough.
Yeah, so actually I've seen kind of... does Sam have... He has the one in the main deck, right, the Grafdigger's Cage. I've seen people bring in Grafdigger's Cages that they've had in the board for this matchup because of the Ancient Grudges.
Yep.
So he does have the one, which is pretty good here. So
he can fight these a little bit with Welding Jar, and I assume that the Grafdigger's Cage is staying in. He could board it out, but
I think it's just too good to leave.
I agree. And one of the ways Kyle can attack with his Ancient Grudges is taking out bridges, but he can also take out Mox Opals if he is on the land destruction plan.
I'm trying to see, Kyle took out some of his Blood Moons. I don't like that. I don't love that plan. Blood Moon's pretty good against these Lantern decks, especially Sam's only on 2 islands. You can shut them off pretty quickly.
the only card is Whir, right? That
Yeah.
you're really shutting off. Everything else you can cast. Mox Opal will get you
Mox Opal's
all
the
of your
card.
one-drop spells.
I have such a problem with Mox Opal. Can we talk about that card for a second?
Sure. You want to talk about how good it is and how it should never be banned and how...
Oh, Brad, don't do this. I'm going to jump down to the players here so you can watch them shuffle while you listen to me rant just a smidge here. So I really have a problem with the 0 cards, Mox Opal. And by 0, I mean free cards, so something like Surgical Extraction.
Yep.
I truly have a problem with those cards, and I think, to me, those are the most offensive cards in the format.
Yeah, Probe, Simian Spirit Guide, really anything that just makes free mana or costs 0, I'm okay with doing away with.
My problem with something like Surgical Extraction too is you see it a lot in Legacy. You don't kind of see it tons in Legacy where, even decks like Death and Tax or something have access to play Surgical Extraction if they feel so inclined to do. 2 life is pretty low against something like a Reanimator deck. So everyone having access to that card is that's pretty offensive to me, honestly. I really don't like those kind of design cards. So Mox Opal is another one of those ones where it's not free mana, but it's free mana. So Sam shuffling up here, getting ready to settle in for another long one. I don't know if Kyle had a chance to win that game. I feel like he might have, but I don't.
I think there was a brief
like a real
window
gap where he played the Moon on 3 instead of the Tracker on 3. The game kind of spiraled from there, I think.
Yeah, maybe, but also I think when there was kind of a window where Sam only had 1 Mill Rock, where he could have drawn a little bit more Bolt or Molten Rains and might have been able to get there that way.
Yeah, I could see that.
But unfortunately, they just didn't come together. Sam had plenty of time and eventually got there.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy stuff. So getting ready to shuffle up here for our second game of our semifinals here. Appreciate everyone stopping by again. We're here in Madison, Wisconsin. This is our... we're going to crown a champion today, and they're going to be moving into our December end-of-the-year tournament, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's a huge event in December. $10,000 overall prize pool.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
Crazy. So, is Kyle mulliganing? Kyle's hand is interesting. Yeah, he looks like it. I thought it was pretty good.
Looked good enough. And Sam has...
Does he have no lands?
So this is interesting. It does look like he has lands, but...
He's got a Pyrite Spellbomb, too.
He's got Lantern and a Mill Rock, too.
Yeah, I really like Sam's hand.
Does he have an Opal?
Oh, no. No, he didn't. He has another bubble also.
A bobble himself, see if he wants to
mill it, and then he has another bobble.
And he has another bobble, yeah.
Sweet. He's got a Lantern, too, man. Sam has the pieces.
No Opal, though.
Yeah. Sam needed a land.
Do we think that was a land? It was a bridge.
A bridge. Okay.
So land destruction spell here is pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think he has one as well. I'm pretty sure Kyle has one in hand here. Gonna shuffle up here and see. What do we get? You just like blowing up a land here? That's your deck. That's your deck, right?
Definitely.
He has a tracker in hand too?
Nope. Blown up land. 100%.
Yeah, I was just like, bye. Nice island.
Get out of here.
Get real.
All right, so Sam is looking at his deck. I think he needs to keep a land here, so he's going to shred this card. It's a non-land.
Surgical Extraction, though. Okie dokie.
So he did bring in the Surgicals.
Ooh,
and he hit a Glimmer Void.
Wow.
All right.
Sam's hand's actually really
good. And he's another bobble.
Yeah, Sam's hand's actually really good here.
Yeah, but it might take him a while to empty his hand, especially if he's stuck on this one land.
That's okay. He's just never getting attacked at this point, right? So
you're probably Stirrings here for a land, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I almost wonder if bobbling here is a little wrong. I guess if there's a land on top, you don't need the Stirrings. And you can play something like a Lantern.
The Spell Bomb or the Lantern.
Or a Spell Bomb,
yeah.
Sure.
I think playing the Lantern is probably okay. Sam thinks different.
So it's probably not
that
a land.
Card?
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Sam.
Oh, no.
Wow, that's really bad.
That is not
Although he
good.
did just clear 5 cards
that
off
is
the top
true.
of his deck.
That is true.
So
now we're probably going to see... He does have a bobble trigger.
Yeah, he's going to play a second bobble here?
He already played his third bobble.
Okay.
And he popped it.
Okay.
So we're drawing up Bobble.
Oh, does he have an Ancient Grudge in hand?
It's
Is he
a
going to get this
Welding
Glimmer Void?
Grudge. No.
I think he has it. Please.
I think he's just going for the land.
Man.
He could have grudged.
He would have got him.
Yeah. The grudge there was actually the better play.
I agree. It was a 2-for-1.
Yep.
Just straight, the cleanest of 2-for-1s.
And it effectively did the same thing, right? Blows up the land.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Sam down to 18.
This is where you want to be. Kyle needs a threat,
Sam's
though.
Oh, that's really bad now. I think Sam's just dead anyways. Another Molten Rain. All right, this
He
game's
does
over.
have a tracker. Yeah, Sam might concede to this tracker.
He's got a Pyrite Spellbomb.
Yeah.
What is this doing?
Does it take mana to activate Pyrite Spellbomb?
Yeah, it does. It takes a red. Doink. Oh,
All
boy.
right.
Poor Sam.
Well, you get a bolt, because I need lands, and I got to mill this lantern off my deck.
Boy, it feels bad here. So,
Yeah.
so Sam is in a pretty bad spot at this point.
Now, can you have imagined if he would have grudged?
Oh, this game was completely over with.
Yeah. Because he'd have, like, this extra land destruction spell.
Yeah, I like this.
I like this, too, yeah. Let's see if I'm drawing a land. I think
Sam's
he
dead.
has to.
I think you have to let it go.
Yeah.
Sam's in tons of trouble.
He needs this lantern in play.
All right. There's only 2 cards for Kyle, though. Like,
Right,
neither
but
of them are
he's
lands.
about to draw a land.
Yeah, it's
And
bad.
it's a fetch land, too.
Doink. All right.
Saki for 3. This is a rough game for Sam.
Yeah, I agree.
If he comes back and wins this, I will be amazed.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate for him. So, I don't even know what. I mean, it's a good start, right? Do you shuffle him here?
Do you shuffle
Do you
Kyle?
shuffle Kyle?
No,
Just
no
hope-
way.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
0%.
It's pretty close. Man, he would have drawn a bird. No, I'm just kidding. There's that.
All right, let the clue mania begin.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to fetch here, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Get rid of this bird. The bird just does nothing.
Yeah. He doesn't have to do it now. He can do it later.
Yep. I think I would have done it so I can pump this thing up.
That's
It doesn't-
kind of what I was thinking, too.
I don't think it truly doesn't change the clock at this point. Well, Sam has lands. Again, somehow.
It's a ways off from casting this bridge, though.
Is Sam ever going to get back in this game? What's Sam get to do next turn?
He has a land, so that's 2 lands, so he's still
He could
not
fetch and draw 2
bridging.
cards here. Man, I would have. Yeah, I think I would have fetched and drawn 2 cards. Just like put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, that surprises me.
All right. Hiya. Let Sam down to 6.
And not putting any counters on this means he's not killing him next turn, right?
Yeah, that's weird. All right. Can Sam empty his hand fast enough? Sam might be able to.
I mean,
I don't think so.
Kyle might have given him the extra turn that he needed.
Sam can play 2 cards this turn. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He might not be putting counters on it because of the bridge, though, which is something to think about.
That is possible.
But he has an Ancient Grudge in the bin here.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
like... But there's a Welding Jar in play.
But there's a welding jar, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of tough. If anyone can find a way to win this game, it's going to be Sam.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like Kyle gave him the turn that he needed.
Yeah, I agree.
That gives him a small window to potentially win.
All right, here we go.
I think you have to play as many spells
Oh,
as you can.
yeah, you're just like throwing things into play here and just hoping you can empty as fast as possible.
I think Sam really wants to draw a 0-cost spell next turn.
But he needs this land.
Like, is this a Stirrings? Does he have a Stirrings in his hand?
I believe so.
If he can Stirrings into an Opal.
That's so hard to find.
Stirring into the Opal, I think, might get him there.
That's the 1 card.
It at least buys him more time.
I agree. It's going to be tough. Just want to say thanks again for everybody for tuning in here. Make sure to hit that follow button. We are in our semifinals here.
Yep. Madison.
Madison, Wisconsin. So
Great place to play some Magic.
yeah, going to crown a champion here in the next. After this round, we're going to have our finals and crown a champion and invite him to our end of the year tournament. So
And it looks like our other semis is going to game 3.
okay.
So
And that's Keenan Davidson against James Bush.
Yep,
so.
Mardu versus Jeskai
Yeah.
Kiki. All right, so Sam's actually shredding away the fetch land.
That
Doesn't
makes
want
sense.
to give him 2 clues.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
So Sam's trying to prevent him from drawing a land this turn.
Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah, he found, Maelstrom Pulse. That's got to go, though, right?
He cannot cast it, right?
All right, he gives
and
up.
the bolt represents enough damage.
Yep. All righty.
Wow.
Moving to a third game.
Sam somehow was so close to enabling a lock.
Yeah, that was much closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, so we got some questions on what all was in the top 8. Do you want to run through that again?
Yeah, I can definitely do that here. In top 8 here, in these deck lists, are going to be posted on our website, nerdragegaming.com, so be sure to check that out. We'll have deck lists there, articles, a bunch of different stuff. We'll have just a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of cards if you're looking for specific cards. Pretty big database there. As far as our top 8 went, we had the 1 seed was Mason Lang, red-white aggro, which was kind of like an Oketra's Monument deck. And again, these replays will be up, so you'll be able to check those out as well through our Twitch archives as well. So, number 2, Stephen Neal was on Burn. Third seed was Tim Greenwood, played Jeskai Saheeli. We watched that match in our quarterfinals. Our 4 seed, John Wager, played Grixis Shadow. Our 5 seed we see here is Sam Black, playing Lantern. Keenan Davidson is still alive in our semifinals with Jeskai Kiki. Our 7 seed also alive is James Bush, playing Mardu Pyromancer. And our 8 seed we see here, Kyle Veronda, playing Red-Green Ponza. So 8 unique decks, just modern things.
Yep, just modern. I'm super happy with the tournament so far.
Yeah, definitely.
And just the amount of diversity we've seen. A couple breakout decks, or decks to keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's been awesome. So real quick, I know people were asking, where is this at? And things like that. So I'm going to bring up a quick little slide here and show our upcoming events. So we have a Legacy event April 14th. That's a 2K again. That's in the Chicagoland area.
That'll be in Chicago
Buffalo Grove.
at the Nerd Rage Gaming store.
Yep. And then after that, we have May 12th. We have Modern. That's going to be in Iowa, which I know you and I are both pretty pumped about.
I am super excited. I grew up playing Magic in Iowa. I think the crowd out there is really passionate about Magic and Modern in general, and I'm really, really excited for us to come out there and really kind of give them the tournament that they've desperately been missing.
Yeah, definitely. And then our final, not final event, but our next event after that we have here is June 9th. It's a team-constructed event, so if you like Modern, you like Legacy, you like Standard.
My favorite.
Put a team together, try and win.
My favorite format right now.
Put a team together, try and win a 5K. And all 3 members qualify for end-of-the-year tournament.
Which is huge. That is absolutely huge.
All right, so we're going to head back down here. And these guys are almost ready for our third and final game here. Let's see. Who do you think? Do you think Kyle's favored?
My instinct is that Kyle is favored.
But it's also Sam Black.
But Sam, I mean, he's really good at piloting this deck.
Yeah, definitely. So.
Is that a cage we see? It is. We got Cage Lantern, at least 3 lands, maybe 4?
Like triple Stone Rain.
Yeah, I think. And a Shredder. Okay. So Sam's pretty protected against land destruction.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you guys for all the compliments in the chat, by the way. We've been trying to upgrade as we go here, so it does mean a lot to us that everyone's sticking around, hits the follow button, and notices the upgrades that we've been trying to put in.
Yeah, and follow us on Twitter, NRG Series.
Yeah, we pump out every round and all that jazz. So.
Yep.
All right. I really like Sam's position. He has double mill rock here.
Yeah, this seems really strong. Really strong opener.
He's got a lot of stuff. He's going to be able to empty his hand as soon as next turn, it looks like, too.
Yeah, and I like the cage here. Really making sure that he's not going to get 2 for 1 with an Ancient Grudge.
There's a lightning bolt. Sam's not going to care about that.
And the cage doesn't stop. It stops Grudge from being cast from the graveyard. So if Kyle does have a Grudge in his hand, he has to almost
shoot it at the cage. Yeah.
And therefore it acts as sort of a welding jar effect.
I agree. And Kyle's hand is super slow here. I mean,
Yeah, I think he kept on the back of having Blood Moon and a bunch of land.
Triple land destruction.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam's just going to empty his hand and not care, though, right?
Yes, and Sam
Boom.
has the perfect hand for this strategy.
Yeah, do you just, like... Yeah, so you just play everything?
I'm pretty sure.
And then
even if he gets 3 mill rocks.
And even if he gets a land destroyed here, he has a land on top, and he's able to just play this his island, and then play the Ensnaring Bridge and say, all right.
I think Sam is way ahead. He already has a bridge in his hand. He's not reliant on Whir, so this Blood Moon just isn't going to do very much.
Yeah,
so
Blood
now
Moon's a non-card.
Now we're going to have a very similar game to Game 1.
Wow.
Where Sam's whole goal is going to be to not draw Whir of Invention.
All right. Here we go. Milieu, the best card, going to go to the bin. Man. Okay, there's a way that Sam does die, though. Because there's like 4 land destruction spells, I think, in Kyle's hand. He has 2 and a 3rd one on top of his deck.
Yep.
So there's a way that Sam can die. I don't know that it's
now he has a Mox Opal, so the Blood Moon isn't even very good.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I think Kyle should just be blowing up Sam's lands right now.
Yeah.
And again, we kind of saw this. If you watched the Modern Super League, you saw just kind of how it worked, where you just stone raining them every turn, hope Sam misses, gets too many cards built up in hand, and then you put a clock on the table. It could even be a 1/1. It's as long as Sam's not casting spells, Kyle's happy.
Right. So the problem cards for Sam right now are Ancient Grudge, which he can actually mill and not have to worry about because the cage.
Yep.
He also has a Pixis to do.
Yep.
The other problem cards are Tireless Tracker, just because it helps generate those clues and get through the deck.
Yeah, we're already through 1 Tireless Tracker.
Yep, and all of the land destruction spells he has to be worried about.
And there's only 3 trackers total in Kyle's deck. So
all right, and we have a Bloodbraid trying to hit this Grudge. So
not a chance.
We're milling that one for sure.
Yep, deal.
Now, will he hit another Grudge?
Nope.
Nope, just an Armor.
1/1. Nobody cares about the 1/1.
Those cards technically should have been randomized.
Got to reveal this.
No big deal.
Got to reveal this card off the top here.
There we go. Is it another Grudge?
And that's perfect. Because now, Sam needs to respond to this.
Right.
Almost certainly.
I would expect a Pixis activation.
It's close. He could just let it roll.
Actually, maybe I like drawing. I kind of want the Opal.
You want the card. Yeah, I think Opal's one of your best cards if you assume that there's more land destruction.
And if there's... Yep.
All right. Here we go. Sam's going to pick it up. I love it.
Yeah.
That's
Wants to make sure that the cards exiled are proper location.
All right, so reveal this Bloodbraid Elf. Yep. Okay.
All right, and
Sam has to reveal his card and gets to kind of figure out what he wants to do if he wants to Pixis again. I doubt he Pixis again. Mostly because this Bloodbraid Elf just doesn't really do anything.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. It's actually decent against Tireless Tracker.
Yeah, I think he's in pretty good shape against Tireless Tracker with 3 mill rocks. So.
Okay, so I've seen Sam do this.
He writes down the Pixis cards.
If you've ever seen him play Epic, it's another card game that Sam plays. He takes exhaustive notes in that game. I've seen him take out his phone and take pictures with judge permission. So yeah, he's going to write down every single card that's under this Pixis of Pandemonium. So if he ever gets in a situation where he needs to flip it, he's going to know exactly what's under there, which is insane, right?
There's just so much to write down. There's just so much to write down.
But that's Sam, and
it is. And I mean, he's in the top 4 for a reason, right?
Exactly.
So. And he's just going to go ahead and hit the Mox anyways. I think this is the card he wants, right? He's in the market for this. Just anything he can cast.
Any land, any mana producing.
Boy, that's good.
Yeah, Abrupt Decay is pretty good too.
It's less good against this Blood Moon that Kyle has.
Right, but if Kyle doesn't cast it, he can kill Arbor Elf with it.
Oh, so he can Blood Moon and Stone Rain here. Or he can just double rain if he felt like it.
I think I'm more in the market for the double rain. Blood Moon doesn't really matter when you don't have any lands.
That's true. So go get this, and Sam's going to go down to 18. Just do it again, right?
But again, like, other than Bridge and other than Whir, everything in Sam's deck costs 1.
Here we go. All right, get that. So
as long as Sam has his Mox Opal, he doesn't care.
I don't know if I love this. Does Sam even want this card? I don't think he wants this, does he? I mean, he can cast it, I suppose.
Yeah,
so
I think because
any
he can
castable
cast it,
you want to keep?
Exactly. The more cards he mills, the less likely he is to draw, or the more likely he is to draw War of Ambition.
Yeah, I think he's trying to just exhaust Kyle out of cards here. Kyle's down to 3 cards. One's a land that Sam knows about. I think he knows of the Lightning Bolt as well. So this is just like another. So now I think Sam has to fire this off.
Yep.
All right, Sam going to float a green here, probably with the Botanical Sanctum. Yep. You go ahead and just.
Yep. All right. Properly untapping a land, very important. He's going to try to cast this Blood Moon.
Sam going to go down to 16 here.
But again, we saw in game 1, Blood Moon was not that effective.
Just really, truly doesn't matter at this point.
Especially now that Sam found a Mox Opal.
Yeah, Kyle's in really bad shape. I think this card has to come off. So we can, yeah.
We can cast this, and I think it'll give Sam basically perfect information at this point.
Gets a bolt. That's yours.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. Sam's in great shape here.
Yeah, I believe he is.
He has 3 mill rocks in play, and he can manipulate his own top of the deck. So there's almost certainly this Pyroclasmus nonsense at this point.
So now we're getting into like the interesting decisions. Is he going to Pixis away the land and the Pyroclasm, or is he just going to shred himself?
I think he's shredding himself. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, oh wow, I think he just won't take that.
Surgical. Wow. Are you surgicaling Bolt?
Yeah, I think Bolt is the one card you want to surgical at this point.
He could also surgical Grudge, right?
Grudge is almost a non-card at this point.
Is there? Or no, he Pixis the Grudge. He can't.
Yes, that's right. The Blood Moon nobody cares about.
And what's funny is he can hold the surgical.
Yeah, because the Blood Braid elf.
Because the Blood Braid, yeah.
So, do you leave this in Snaring Bridge?
I don't think wow. Okay, Sam disagrees. He's a master for a reason, though.
Sam has so many cards, like, to manipulate his own library. I think it's probably reasonable that he's going to get there eventually. And he knows Kyle has no cards, right? So he knows his lands are good. Yeah, this is great. I mean, this is really great.
Welding Jar was very good, though.
Welding Jar was really good. And this Ancient Stirrings is even better, because now we're going to dig for a land.
Yep.
Assume that we're going to dig for lands. I think Sam's probably like 90% here.
Yeah, if not higher, honestly. It's going to be really hard for him to lose. And the way he's been playing, I feel like...
Yeah, and we're just going to go probably dig out this land. Any land is good here, right? So
and he gets to put a Whir on the bottom of his deck, too, which he doesn't really want to draw.
Yeah, that feels awesome. Yep, he put the Whir and the Thoughtseize in the bottom.
I like how he put the land on top. He's like, I want to draw these lands.
Yep, just in case. Yeah, this is really great.
Sam just really showing how well-versed and good he is with this deck.
And he just doesn't care about this card anymore, right? I mean,
the
Pixis are available.
Bit.
Yeah, I said the Pixis are available, so, like, might as well, because Sam's just really digging for a land here at this point. Go ahead, just like you said. Write the stuff down.
Yep. Bolt. Probably...
This Maelstrom Pulse is nonsense. That's got to go, too.
Yep.
Yeah, you just got to shred yourself and just... Yep, there we go.
Land, perfect.
Yeah, so he goes and finds a land, and this is probably going to seal it up, right, you would assume? Kyle's probably going to play it out. We're in the top 8.
If I'm Kyle, I would have conceded. To the second bridge, I would have conceded.
Boom. Thud.
3 mill rocks. I can't ever draw a card.
Yeah, and Kyle goes ahead and concedes.
Yep.
So Sam Black going to make it to our finals here.
Yeah, well played. Played out a little differently than we saw in the Super League, but again, in the Super League they had Acid Moss. Kyle didn't have any copies of that. I don't know if it would have made a ton of a difference. But yeah, and I imagine, after the Super League, it's very possible Sam sat down and said, I want to play this matchup a little bit. Let's see what it's like, and what are the important cards that I need to be on the lookout for. Yeah,
it's not necessarily one that you're like always going to just line up and play a bunch of. But I think if you say this is a bad matchup for me, like Sam knows it's probably not a great matchup, and just wants to get the reps in with some buddies and kind of find out how to beat it. And Kyle was on 3 Ancient Grudge.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not on a 4th one, but what's one more? I mean, it is big. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's not huge though.
But
he
came ready, and
yes.
I mean, and his deck is also just like generally good against Lantern, I think.
Right. Yeah, I think Sam's Game 3 hand was just very strong, keeping the heavy land hand.
Yeah.
And he also had the Lantern and a Shredder, so it was pretty strong.
Yeah, I agree. And it looks like our last